What I will DJ on the Mag, what coming in with the BT17 goodness. We gotta start the deck list profiles right, and then we gotta go in with the blue base armors. You know how we do this. We got some new cards in the list. Definitely different from my EX6/BT16 list. So if you want to see what I'm cooking, then stick around and enjoy. And if you're new to the channel, because you see, make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell, because I do videos on the regular how we do this. So right now, let's go over to the eggs. We're going to keep it to the old faithfuls, and that's going to be our Demi V, Sailor V. And this is absolutely crucial for us to get that 1k goodness altered. And altered is my favorite kind of wording, because it is very, very crucial in this format in order for our big stack to be pretty beefy right here. And also works well with our new card that we've got rocking in, and I'm not going to spoil it for you until we get to the level 4s. So, you know, only 4 is what we need, and that's only 4 that we're running. So that concludes with the eggs. Boom. Now going over to the actual rookies. So rookies running 14 as standard, because we don't want a brick. Nothing's worse than an armor brick, trust me. So we've slightly changed up a little bit, and that is going to be starting off with our now BT16 Vee Armor. So this is good, because obviously for us to get that DP like value, we want to make sure we get that inheritable, which is just 2k DP increase. Easy. Obviously, all is only on our turn, unfortunately. You know, can't be that cracked. But the thing that is good here is that because we do use Demi Vemon as our egg, it costs us 0, so that's absolutely amazing. But the memory efficiency that this card actually grants for us to effectively evo into our level 4s is so good, and also reduces the cost of actually playing our Promo Davis, because we are going to be playing out a Vemon from our hand. Effectively, if this card is out, we gain 1 memory. Perfect. And obviously then if we evo whatever, we have options of way we can obviously, gain that memory, which is just so good. So that's the reason why we run BT16 Vemon now versus when I did run the Jamming V, but subject to change. So then the other Vemon is going to be our classic Promo V. Obviously this is once again follows the same suit of that memory efficiency, but this one reduces the distribution cost by 1 if we do have a Tamer out on field, and that is not color restricted. It can be Shuyulin, it can be Promo Davis, whatever Tamer is out, you're able to reduce the cost by 1, which is absolutely fantastic. And that inheritable is not once per turn. We're able to draw 1 if we are attacking with a Digimon with 2 or more colors, which is our whole MO with this deck. Then we complement up with the searches, which is going to be the complementary BT12 Vemon. This is just great for us to search our pretty much majority of our deck, enable us to grab a Promo Davis and also a free traded Digimon, which is pretty much our whole line. And then lastly, we just combo that up with the starter deck 9 Vemon, which is just amazing art, I'm not gonna lie. And we can dig free and get a free traded Digimon from the reveal, and obviously return the bottom of the deck. So the thing that's really good now is the fact that majority of our Digimon are free traded Digimon, so our consistency is just absolutely fluid, which it's been a while since we've got to this point of just having that major consistency, just due to obviously Magnamon X BT9 version being solely vaccine, which really kind of threw off the consistency a fair bit to kind of get to our basically our boss monster. But now, not even a problem, because our boss monster is also a free type. So that concludes there for the rookies 14. So let's go over to the new spice in the list. So champions, we do run 11. So I'm going to briefly go over obviously the usual suspects. We already know obviously what our BT 8 Magnamon does. Blocker, gorgeous. Armor Purge, gorgeous. Unsuspend when digivolving, gorgeous. Get DP, depending on how many armors are in trash, by additional 2k, gorgeous. It's just a fantastic card. Absolutely fantastic card. The fact that you get 2000 DP to the end of your opponent's turn really helps if you've obviously evolved into this and then evolved into your Magnamon X antibody. It's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Then the other GOAT in the lineup is going to be your start deck Magnamon. Never a sad day wherever this boy is. If he's in security, it can obviously just shift the tide massively, because you're able to just Digivolve any Digimon. So it can be your Digimon, it can be the Digimon that's attacking. And that obviously happens first before the battle. So obviously, if you're wanting to Digivolve the opponent that's swinging in order for them to ensure that they're going to die, obviously you can do that. But if you also have a Veemon out on field after the battle, you're able to Evo on top of one of your Veemons without paying the cost. And then on top of that, you'll be able to get the when Digivolve effect of, depending on how many colors that the opponent has, you're able to trash the sources from the opponent. So that's top down, and then you're able to bounce a Digimon with no sources. Powerful. Obviously, we were blessed when we got that card. But now let's go over to the new spice in the list, and that is going to be our Flamedramon promo edition in the ring, rocking at 3. This is welcome to the deck. I'm so glad Bandai upped the quality as well, because that would have been good if this was just like a cheap ass foil. I swear to God, I'd be punching air if it was a cheap ass foil, because the quality is absolutely spot on. So Promo Flamedramon offers a lot for this deck. The thing that really offers is the control, due to the raid that it does have, and because we do have Digimon that raise its DP by technically 3k, means that this boy is going to be swinging for 8k. So raiding into 8k bodies is pretty nice. That actually hits the majority of aces, and it does have armor purge, so it doesn't even matter who it's swinging into. As long as you remove that body, able to get that overflow and have armor purged, 9 times out of 10, it's going to give us free memory back at the minimum. If we've obviously struck into a ultimate ace, which then extends our plays to kind of go into another Magnamon at that point. But the thing that's really good is that it's able to, it's got a weird effect. If this Digimon's attack target is switched, the opponent has to basically remove the top card of security and return it to their hand. So it's like not like a trash sec ability, but it's basically it's lowering their security. So you can be controlling the opponent's field whilst still technically doing damage. Obviously, the negative to it is that the opponent does get the card that's been in their security. So they could reveal a kill option that could absolutely ruin your board state, or you could reveal just a Digimon that doesn't really help them in any way. But the fact that it opens up a lot of versatility with this deck, and also sets up Magnamon's immunity live, because obviously a card's being removed from security, makes you less dependent on Blinding Ray being the thing. On top of that, it just makes it overall awkward, because it's not even related to raid as well. If the target was going to be blocked or redirected and so forth, you're able to basically return the top card of the opponent's security to the opponent's hand. So there's a lot of instances where outside of raid, this can actually be applicable. So I think this is an absolutely solid promo that Bandai did bring into the roster right here, and I hope that they do Lightron some justice as well, because I feel like that was being absolutely sidelined so hard. We've not had a new Lightron since BT8, so I think, you know, Bandai, if you want to give this deck a further boost, make sure that Lightron's gonna be spicy. So that concludes that for the Champions 11. Now going on to the Ultimates. Ultimates, we keep it real clean here. We're still rocking with the one Zudamon. Ace. This can be anything you want this to be. This is almost a flex spot, in all honesty. But to me, Zudamon's been an absolute staple. It's been a GOAT. It's never a sad day when I get Zudamon. It's came clutch too many times for me to remove this boy from the list. And it is down to player preference. I like Zudamon because it's just a nice hard slam for 4. Strip any 2 sources from, or any, technically up to 2 sources from any of the opponent's Digimon on field. So I can select what I want. Any key inheritables that might be detrimental to me winning the game, get rid of them. And then I'm able to bounce a card with no sources back to hand. So huge. On top of this, because we do run Shuyulin, just playing this down for 4 and having an alliance target which grants me 8k DP boost comes up a lot. It comes up a lot, and I'm gonna miss running this at 2 because I originally did run it at 2, but we've got some other spice in the list that that means that this had to be knocked down to 1. But it's completely up to you. You can run anything in this. You can run under armor if you want to, but I think Zudamon Ace is such a powerful ace, even to this day. So 1 for sure. So going over to now the level 6s, we do run 6. So we're going to go over the boss monster, but you pretty much already know the usual suspects for this boy. It's the card that you want to go into pretty quickly. It just offers a lot of protection, a lot of aggression. We have cards to be really aggressive with this particular Digimon. The fact it's got blocker, armor purge is always welcome. The fact it's got immunity when digivolving, and then if a card is removed from a secured stat, so not just solely on the opponent or myself, it's both of ours, then we're able to trigger the when digivolving effect, which then effectively enables us to get that further boost. Really strong Digimon. But the thing that's really helpful here is the fact that that immunity really comes clutch with our next card, because it means that we can have absolute protection when we go into our Impildramon. Ace being quite a big playmaker here that could pretty much sway the tide in battle. The thing that is good here is that it can somewhat deal with pretty much whiteboards, especially if they're very inheritable based, and obviously depending on if that stack has an ace underneath, you could literally swipe turn, which is disgusting right there, because this Digimon will strip all sources from the opponent's Digimon. Then you're able to return either your trash to the bottom of the deck or the opponent's, so completely up to you. So obviously default, this like screws over purple strats so hard, so you probably see a bit of a drop off of 7 Great Demon Lords if Imp gets really popular, because they most likely will be running this card. So purple strats get kind of shafted here. But the thing that I do like about this is the fact that, like, if we were in that kind of grind game and we need to deck out, we could literally prevent that deck out with this, because we can just return what's in our trash to our deck, which is powerful. And then, just to make this card even further naughtier, is that when attacking, if there's by returning one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources to the bottom of the deck, unsuspend this Digimon. Filth. Absolutely filth. So we do run 1 there. And then classically, we still complement it up with, it's got to be our boy. It's got to be the Defx standard. You know what we're saying. We all know what Defx does. It's just, once again, a good control card. Always comes clutch, even with the freaking one-off. Blam. It just ruins a strat. And despite only running 1, I seem to always get it in hand when I need to get it in hand. But that concludes there for the Ultimates. A solid Ultimates Megas, a solid 6. So let's go over now to our options. Options haven't really changed at all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So in terms of options, it's gonna be obviously the Awakening of the Golden Knight. That's obviously pretty key in order for us to kind of cheat into our Magnamon X pretty early. It's an absolute power play, able to recur our Magnamons from trash, which is quite crucial, especially since now we're running kind of less Magnamons. But really helps obviously for us to kind of evolve on top of our Flamedramon into Magnamon X antibody, which is nice. And obviously that protection from DP effects is always welcomed. Then we combo that up with, could be the blue memory boost as just our consistency booster. Obviously now that we do have a lot more cards that we can obviously basically grab off this in terms of Digimon, it really helps out. And that 2 memory comes up clutch when you do need to pop it from a delay to just extend your plays. Then the Azumagon Punch, really good card here, just because it helps you kind of be aggressive with your Magnamon X stack, be defensive by giving it reboot, and also getting an additional 3 KDP to the end of your opponent's turn is just so good. You wouldn't believe how useful this card is in this deck. Then Heaven's Judge, awful card, disgusting. I think it's going to be one of these cards that probably will get hit at some point, because the more colors that we get in terms of Digimon, primarily on a Digimon, the more stronger Heaven's Judgment gets, and it can just wipe out a field. The fact that now that we do run a red source in this list means that we are Heaven's Judging for free, possibly 30 freaking K. And obviously that's going to be, you know, we could remove 2 level 6s quite comfortably, being at the 12K, and then a champion, if not a low DP ultimate, which disgusting. Moving that too. And then lastly we go in with our Blinding Ray. Blinding Ray, strong card, just netting memory is fantastic. Obviously if we do have any form of security we have to trash that, but if we don't have any security we still get the 2 memory, which is an absolute power play right here. This can come clutch for you to effectively, you know, ensure that you can do more checks with your Magnamon X. If you do have Shu-Lin out and you just need to essentially get another body out, but you've not got enough memory, you can Blinding Ray. Obviously you can't trash anything, but you can get that memory. Then you can throw a Veemon out, and then you've got a target that you can effectively trigger Shu-Lin to get Alliance, and swing for 2 checks, unsuspend with your Magnamon X antibody, because obviously we can't trigger the Blinding Ray, we can't trigger the effect for trashing a card from security, and obviously that is optional, being the important thing here. So we can obviously, once we've triggered something from the opponent's security, unsuspend, swing for game. So really does come up quite clutch in terms of those kind of applications and those scenarios. So yeah, Blinding Ray definitely be a mainstay. So concludes the options. Now let's go over to the Tamers. Tamers have definitely not changed at all. I still value Shu-Lin. Shu-Lin's just so good. Like, just reboot alone is just so helpful, especially with Magnamon. You want to make sure that he is unsuspended, because otherwise the opponent will swing into you. They will swing into you, and that innocent 1k DB that you got going on from the egg is not going to save you. So being unsuspended definitely helps right there. The Alliance comes up real clutch. It is a memory setter, so perfect. And also your Magnamon can pretty much protect your memory setter, because obviously that alternate effect is that you can just basically play out the Shu-Lin from under the source. So really strong tamer. Obviously you can run the BT3 Davis for that bit of consistency, but I feel like the deck already has quite a bit of consistency already. And then we just wrap it up with the 4 Promo Davis. Love Promo Davis, probably one of the best tamers to be printed to support armors passively. I don't think, I'm a bit like, did Bandai intentionally like make this deck for armors? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but the community has made it work for armors, and rightfully so. The second effect doesn't necessarily pop up to either into a XV until we get some form of XV that works with armors. Be a bit random, but you know what, let Bandai cook. But enabling us to essentially play this out and then play a Veemon out from hand is just absolute worth. And then obviously combo that up with the BT16 Veemon. If we have it out on field, this effectively makes it cheaper. So overall, just an absolutely fantastic tamer. It's great to get that memory as well. Obviously combo these 2 particular tamers up. Obviously we've got memory set that is Shu-Lin, and then if by start of main, if we have a free traded Digimon out on field, we're able to gain the memory. So starting off with 4 memory is already pretty nuts. It's quite easy to get these tamers out. because we do run, like I say, a very high count of Veemon. So realistically, if we do have this out, we was initially going to pass turn with Veemon, just throw the Tamer out, get a Veemon out as well. It's happy days. But guys, that is your boy done. You don't even want to know how many takes I've done of this, because somehow my OBS has just been an absolute douche today. But Promo Flamedramon, absolutely amazing addition to the armor lineup. Really complements the deck well in terms of what it's doing. Obviously, you can knock it up to 4, but I feel like 4 is a little bit overkill. 2 is probably the minimum, but 3 is just right in order for you to kind of make sure that you see it in quite a few games right there. And I just love the synergy that these cards have. I hope that Bandai makes a pretty nice like Lydramon. In all honesty, I feel like Lydramon definitely needs some love, and I'd be quite interested to see what they do with that particular armor type Digimon. But let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What do you think to the new Flamedramon? Do you think it's saucy? Do you think it's not? But guys, stay safe, stay fly. I'll catch you next one. D-Dread off the mic.